So problem is find out the quantity of earthwork. Find out the quantity of earthwork using the following data. Using the following data. Formation width of the road is given as 12 meters. Formation width of the road given as 12 meter. Then FL of starting chainage. FL of starting chainage is 51.50 meters. 51.50 meters with a gradient of with a falling gradient of 1 in 200 1 in 200. Find out the quantity of earthwork using mid-sectional area method. Find out the quantity of earthwork using mid-sectional area method. And the table is given for this particular problem. So the table is like this: chainage 0, 30, 60, 90, 120, 150, 180. Formation level at the starting point is 51.50. You can make 4 rows for this particular thing, and column will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so 4 rows and 7 columns will be there. So first row will be the chainage. It is in the first column you can put the value of chainage as 0. Second column it is 30. Third column it is 60. Fourth one 90. Fifth one 120. Sixth one 150, and seventh one is 180. Second row is your ground levels. These are given as 50.80. You can note it down. Then 50.60, 50.70, 51.20, 51.40, 51.30, and 51. Okay. Now at this time you are going to see 83.1. That we are going to determine it. Okay. It is not given in the problem. So ground level table readings are given, and only FL, the first reading, is given to us. Okay, first reading is given to us. Now directly we will starting with the problem. What is our first step in this case as far as these problems are considered? What is the first step? See the given data which has been given. What data is given to us? Formation width of land. How much it is given? It is given as 12 meters. If my screen is not visible and my voice is not audible, please convey me accordingly. So what data they have given? Formation width they have given as 12 meters. Side slope is 1 in vertical and 2 in horizontal in banking, and 1 in vertical and 1.5 in horizontal in cutting section. And the first FL, that is FL of the starting chainage, they have mentioned as 51.50 meters. Okay, 51.50 meters. Then what is the next step that we are going to follow? The next step that you are going to follow is nothing but, first is finding out the formation level at the next chainage. So what is the formula that we are going to use to determine the formation level at the next chainage? So formation level at the next chainage equals to formation level of the previous chainage minus or plus, it depends on the type of gradient. It may be rising gradient or it may be falling gradient. So here in the problem it is given as falling gradient, that is 1 in 200. So we have put the sign as negative, as that is minus. So FL of the previous chainage minus 1 by gradient, that is gradient which is given, into difference of the chainage, into difference of the chainage. Now see the values are given. Chainages are 0, 30, 60, 90, 120, 150, 180. GL is given 50 50.80 and first FL is given to us. So by using the first FL, we can determining the rest FLs for the different chainages. Okay, FL for 30 meter chainage, FL for 60 meter chainage, FL for 90 meter chainage, FL for 120 meter chainage, FL for 150 meter chainage, and FL for 180 meter chainage, because these GL values are given to us. Okay, this column, see what data we are having. We are having the chainages, we are having the first FL, only this reading is with us, and we are having the GLs. Okay, so we can also note it down. So by using this data, we can determining the rest GLs, rest formation levels. So formation level at 30 at the 30 meter chain is equals to formation level of the previous chainage minus 1 by gradient into difference of the chainage. So FL of previous chainage, that is starting chainage, is given as 51.50 minus gradient is given as 1 in 200, that is 1 by 200, and difference of chainage, it is 30. Because if you observe the reading, that is 0, 30, 60, 90, 120, 150 and 180. So the difference of chainage is 30 in that case. Okay. So at every chainage point, you have to observe the difference between chainage. Yeah? It may happen that from 0 to 25, 25 to 60, 60 to 85, 85 to again 110, 110 to 150, 150 to 180. This variation also may happen. Okay. Okay. So the chain formation level at 30 meter chainage is nothing but formation level of previous chainage. It is given as 51.50 minus 1 by 200 into 30. So that comes as 51.35 meters. Then formation level at 60 meter chainage is 51.35, that is chainage as 30 meter, minus 1 by 200 into 30, that comes as 51.20. At 90, it is 51.20 minus 1 by 200 into 30, that comes as 51.05. Then FL at 120, that is again 51.05 minus 1 by 200 into 30, that comes as 50.90. So in this fashion, you have to determine all the FLs, okay, up to 180 meter chainages, up to 180 meter chainage. After that, you have to calculate the value of X. You have to calculate the value of X. After getting the FL, what is the next step that you are going to do? After getting these FLs, our next step is to determining the depth. Our next step is to determining the depth. Okay. So how to determine the depth? And can anybody tell me what is the formula that we are going to use for determining the depth? Depth that has been required in cutting as well as in embankment section. What is the depth formula to determining the depth? You can put it in the chat box. What is the formula? By visual observation also you can tell me what is that formula. What is the formula for the depth? It is nothing but FL minus GL. If you observe, FL is 51.50, GL is 50.80. Okay, so the difference is 0.7, that is 0.7 meters difference will be there. Okay, so depth is 0.7 at 0 meter, depth is 0.75 at 30 meter chainage, depth is 0.5 at 60 meter chainage. So in this respect, you have to calculate all the depths. Okay, FL minus GL, you have to use the formula. Those who have missed out our last lecture, that is why I am repeating each and every step for the problem, because next problem you have to solve by yourself and you have to tell me the answer for the same. Okay, so at the 60 meter it is 0.5, then at 90 meter you will observe that reading directly drops down from 0.5 to minus 0.15. Here is plus 5 plus 0.5, here is minus 0.15. That means definitely there is one point where your depth of cutting or embankment that is equals to 0, and you have to determine the chainage for that particular point. Okay, at first you determine all the depth for the different changes, that is 60 meter, 90, 120, 150, 180. Okay, and after that, see where the depth is going to vary from positive to negative or from negative to positive. It may anything. Okay, where the sign changes. So in between this, from 0.5 to 0 minus 0.15, there is one point where the depth is 0, and you have to determine that change point. Okay, and how you are going to determine that change point? See the depth, it is 0.5, and here it is 0.15. Then GL is 50.70, GL is 51.50, FL is 51.20, and FL is 51.05. See how the calculations are there. To calculate the value of X, that is the unknown change, where the depth is 0. Okay, where the depth is 0, our depth is 0.5 and our depth is 0.15, correct? So 0.5 and here is 0.15 plus 0.5 and minus 0.15. So somewhere in between this, there is one point where depth is going to becomes 0, and you have to determine this particular distance. Either you can determine from this side or you can determine from this side. Okay, how you are going to determine that? Again, you can understand. See, this is the point. Suppose at 0.5 depth, what is the change? It is 60 meters. Okay, so this is the point where change is 60 meter. This is the point where change is 90 meter. So what is the difference between the change? It is 30 meter, correct? So in between this 30 meter, there is one point where depth is going to become 0. Suppose that distance we are considering it as a X distance. Okay, you can take it from right hand side or you can take it from the left hand side. It doesn't matter. Okay, so I'm considering always it is from the right hand side, that unknown distance is X meter, where D is becomes 0. Total difference or total distance that I know, it is 30 meters. Okay, I know the depth. Okay, it is 0.5 at one point, and it is directly dropping down to minus 0.15 at another point. So I have to locate this point. How I'm going to locate? You can use the similar triangle methods, that comes as x divided by 0.5 equals to 30 minus x, because this total distance is 30, this distance is x. That means this remaining rest distance will be 30 minus x divided by this next depth, that is 0.15. So 0.15x equals to 0.5 into bracket 30 minus x. Now you can solve this equation. It is easy for you. That distance comes as 23.1 meter from the change of 60 meter. So from this point, the distance comes as, this particular distance will come as 23.1 meter. Okay, so at that particular point, okay, that change will be 60 plus 23.1, that comes as 83.1, where D is equals to 0. Okay, where D is equals to 0. So in that fashion, you can determine this unknown change where D is equals to 0. Okay, the reading directly changes from plus to minus, or it may happen that from minus to plus. You have to determine the change where D equals to 0. Okay, where D equals to 0. So depth you can determine. Okay, after getting the depth, you have to calculate the mean depth. How we are going to calculate the mean depth in case of the mid-sectional area method? So mean depth we are going to calculate as 0, and that is 0.7. Okay, here there will be no mean depth. So at the in between that mean depth, next mean depth will be 0.7 plus 0.725. Mean depth will be 0.725. 0.725 plus 0.5, mean depth will be 0.625. 0.5 plus 0, mean depth will be 0.25. 0 plus 0.15, mean depth will be 0.075. 0.15 plus 0.5, mean depth will be 0.325. 0.5 plus 0.55, mean depth will be 0.525. 0.55 plus 0.4, mean depth will be equals to 0.95. You can see the cursor which I'm scrolling. Okay, you can see the pointer, how I have determined the mean depths. How I have determined the mean depths. Okay, so after getting the mean depth, our next column will be in our mid-sectional area method is nothing but finding out the area of the rectangular portion, that is nothing but B, that is width of that particular road. It is given as 12 meters in this particular problem. So B multiplied by D, D is nothing but your mean depth we are going to consider. So B is 12 and D mean depth you have determined. So just 12 multiplied by 0.27, 0.725, 12 multiplied by 0.625, 12 multiplied by 0.25. Likewise, you have to do the calculations and you have to determine the area of the rectangular portion. After getting this area of the rectangular portion, you have to determine the area of the side portions, where the formula is nothing but S into dm square or SD square. Here we are going to consider the depth as our mean depth. So S is nothing but side slope value. Okay. So in cutting it is given as 1.5 and in embankment it is given as 2. Okay. So S is nothing but 2. Where is the cutting part you can see, and where is the embankment part you can see, and accordingly you can put the value of S, and depth already you have determined. Then get these values of S into dm square, that is area of the rectangular portion. Okay, you can determine it easily. Just put the values. Then next column will be nothing but the summation of the area of rectangular portion plus area of the side triangular portions, that is BDM plus SDM square. You can take the summation. Then length is nothing but our next parameter. Now how we are going to determine this particular length? The length basically it is nothing but the difference of the chainage that you are going to put. So at first, in the initial stage, you can put the difference of the chainage as 30 30 30 30 everywhere, except where the D is going to become 0, except where D is going to become 0. Okay, except that point you can put the values. But if you observe, length is 60 meter. Okay, the chainage, that is the difference of chainage between 0 to 30 is 30. Difference between chainage 2, that is 30 meter chainage, and 60 meter chainage is this 30 meters. Difference between the next chainage, now it is 60 and here it is 83.1. This unknown chainage you have determined. Okay, now this, see the difference. This difference is nothing but just 23.1. Correct? Now the difference between the next point 83.1 and 90, see the difference, length is just 6.9. Now again from 90 to 120, 30, 120 to 150, 30, and 150 to 180 it is again 30. So how we are going to calculate this total quantity of earthwork which is required? So the quantity of earthwork is nothing but area into length, that is volume we are going to determine for the earthwork. In banking section as well as in cutting section, you can determine that particular values. Okay, so in that way you have to finish up this particular problem. Now if you are having any doubt, you can ask me. Otherwise, I hope you have noted the problem, and now you can solve the problem by your own. Have you noted the problem? Have you noted the problem? If yes, you can start noting, you can start solving the problem from the first step, that is formation width. Okay, it has been given. So from this point, okay, you can start the solving the problem. You can note it down. If you have noted, then shall I give you the next problem to solve? Please reply me in the chat box, or you can unmute and you can talk. Shall I give you the next problem to solve? of the same method, that is mid-sectional area method. Is there any difficulty in understanding this problem? If anyone is having any difficulty, you can put it in the chat box or you can unmute. I will revise all the problem once again for your understanding, because already we have gone through this method in our previous lecture, but it's a gap of 3-4 days, and I hope everybody is not going to forget this, but still I have revised it for yours. So still, if anyone is having any problem, you can unmute or you can give me reply in the chat box. Sir, please give us the next problem. Shall I give you the next one? Please respond. Shall I give you the next unknown problem to solve? Okay, I will give you the next problem then. If you are not responding, then I have to give it to you. It is going there. Just wait, I will give you. Just forget where that problem I have kept. Here somewhere. Where the problem is going. I will give it in our next session. I just forget where it is. Okay, so we will begin with the next method for determining the earthwork for the road construction. The next method, name of this method is nothing but mean sectional area method. Now in the mean sectional area method, what is the difference between mid sectional and mean sectional? So in the mid sectional area method, we are going to consider the mean depth, and in the mean sectional area method, the cross sectional area at the two ends of the section is calculated, and then the mean of these two is multiplied with the length to get the volume of the earthwork. So only difference is that we are going to calculate, in the previous method we have calculated the mean depth. In this method we have to calculate only the mean area. How are we going to calculate the mean area? Let A1 be the area at the one end will be A1 and area at the other end will be A2. So areas we are familiar with this. First of all, please rejoin the session using the same link for the second method that we are going to learn, because less than 1 minute time is left to conclude this session. So if the session ends within a few seconds, please rejoin the session immediately so that we can start this method and we will discuss one or two problems of the mean sectional area method. Please take a note and rejoin the session immediately after it gets end. Okay, so only difference between the previous and this method is nothing but in the previous method we are going to calculate the mean depth, and here we are going to consider the mean area. Okay, so mid sectional area formula for the mean sectional area, our mean sectional area is nothing but we are going to indicate it as AM,